Guten Abend to all. What's up, everyone? So, if you're new to the channel, same here. So, this is my first video, and I'm actually very excited. I can't wait to get started on this. But first of all, it's important that I show you guys what my channel's all about. What are you guys gonna see on this channel? But let's discuss what this channel is mainly gonna be orientated around, or is it oriented or I don't even know. All right. For those of you who don't know me, which is probably literally all of you, I'm Jason, or you can call me Sarge. All right. I am the SOM Sarge. What does SOM stand for? It stands for Sound of Mind. What does Sound of Mind mean? It's a term or synonym of kind of mental peace, sort of mental peace or wellness, if you want to put it that way. And that's pretty much what the channel is going to be based around. Mental wellness, ways that you can stay healthy in your mind. And basically what topics I'm going to be covering on this channel are, but not limited to, of course, giving advice on anything you're struggling with, mental illnesses, so that can include anything from bipolar, anxiety, schizophrenia, depression, that sort of thing. Stories, so like sensitive things that people have dealt with, or things like that can kind of help bring perspective to any sort of topic of a video that we're talking about on the channel. Coping skills, so like things you can do to stay more calm, or things to just, like, if you're feeling unsafe, there's always different coping skills, and we can talk about those on the channel. There's treatments, so like therapy, group sessions, inpatient hospitals, that kind of thing, and medicine, so like medications, antidepressants, anti-anxiety, that sort of thing, and more like that, more stuff like that. What I did is I created this channel. I came up with the idea a couple weeks ago, and I just want to help anyone who may be struggling with depression, suicidal ideations, or any other mental conditions, as I like to call them, because disorders, of course, it's not a good thing, but it's not a disorder. It's very normal. Having depression is a very normal thing. So I like to say mental conditions rather than mental disorders. As a patient in treatment right now myself, it's important to me that everyone be educated about these matters in an honest way. And what I mean by that is that the one thing I hate most doing is sugarcoating. Sugarcoating is a disease. It's you're lying to yourself. Sugarcoating is a lie. Whenever you sugarcoat, you're lying. So there's going to be a lot of honest talk on this channel, which is where a lot of the sensitive stuff comes from. I'm going to be very blunt a lot of times, so if that's a problem, then I have no problem if you want to turn the video off. Things like that, stuff like that. And I'm not monetizing any of this. I don't want to make any money off of you guys. It's just important to me to help anyone who's struggling. And if you guys ever want to email me, if you have any questions, or just want to talk to me about some advice that's not being streamed, and you just kind of want to remain anonymous, feel free to email me. I'll put my email in the description if you guys want it, and you guys just want to ask questions, that sort of thing. But I didn't want that to be the only part of this video. I was on Reddit a few days ago, and I don't know if I can find it. Okay, I can't find it, but it was someone that was obviously struggling with these sort of things, and they were wondering, their question was, can you self-admit yourself to a hospital? And the truth is that it kind of depends. It kind of depends on your age. I'm 17, and I live in the United States, so basically what that means is that I'm not an adult. You have to be 18 to be an adult and kind of care for yourself. You're not really, your parent or guardian isn't really responsible for you anymore once you're 18. But since I'm 17, I'm still in my parents' house. So it would be their choice whether or not to admit me. So this person was 18, but they were from the UK, so I'm actually going to look it up right now what the age of adulthood is in the UK. 18, so it's also 18. Young people aged 18 to 25 are treated as an adult by the law in England and Wales. It is the same as in the US as it is in the United Kingdom. So since you're 18 years old, you do have a say in your treatment. So if you're feeling unsafe, it's important to go to the emergency room right away and, you tell them I'm feeling very unsafe. I'm feeling like I'm going to hurt myself, that sort of thing. And they will, I guess I'm only 17. I don't know how this really works. I think it would all depend on kind of your health insurance, life insurance, that kind of thing, whether or not they would cover you and actually treat you. But I guess depending on all that, they would put you in a bed. They would run some tests, run probably a urine sample, some blood tests, kind of to see if there's any sort of factor in your system that's causing this to happen. They'll ask you questions, and they'll kind of just try to figure out why this is all going on. And by that time, once all that's done, they'll have a therapist come in and see you, and they will recommend what your treatment should be. Most times that's being a 72-hour hold, at least in the United States, to a psychiatric hospital, where which is the admittance thing. And if you're above 18, if you're 18 and older, you can choose that for yourself. You can choose whether or not you're going to be hospitalized. But in some cases, like if the court sends you there, you have to stay for as long as they say. So it might not be a 72-hour hold. They might want you to stay for like 5 days or something. I'm not sure, but I've never been in that situation. But let's say you're under 18, like I am. I was admitted to an emergency hospital, and I did all the tests and everything, and the therapist decided that I should be admitted to a psychiatric hospital, and my parents decided that that was the best option. And we did that, and I've been getting help ever since. If you're under 18, they'll usually ask you to sign something that says that you're okay with your treatment. You're okay with being there for 72 hours, or I don't know if it's 72 hours, because I'm pretty sure everyone who's under 18 usually gets put on a 72-hour hold, and then they have to stay there for 3 days. But after that, they'll have you sign a paper that says you're okay with continuing your treatment. And if not, they'll start working on safety plans to help get you out of the hospital and, get you home and start doing more treatment with medication and therapy and that kind of thing. But yeah, that's pretty much what this person was wondering. I'm not sure what the rules are in the UK. In most states, an involuntary psychiatric commitment cannot extend beyond 72 hours without a formal hearing. I think that means kind of like, I don't really know what they mean by a formal hearing. That might just mean like with a psychiatrist and a social worker, maybe a therapist, but I'm not sure. And then your parents probably, depending on your age again. This 3-day period allows patients to receive basic medical treatment, recover from psychotic episodes, and hopefully understand the need for further help. Can you refuse a 72-hour hold? The patient can choose to voluntarily remain in care or commit to ongoing outpatient care. However, after 72 hours, the patient can refuse to cooperate with further medical treatment. So that's when they ask you, what you're signing is basically them asking you if you're okay with staying longer, or if you refuse the treatment by not signing. 1, police and medical providers only commit patients against their will during extreme cases. So I'm guessing I'm not sure if all homicides require a 72-hour hold or any sort of psychiatric treatment, or if you just go to jail or something. I really have no idea. Does a 72-hour hold include weekends? Yes, of course they do. Even holidays, even the end of the world, I bet. What is a 5150? What in the world am I looking at? Oh, it's a musical album. 5150 is the number of the section of the Welfare and Institution Code which allows a person with a mental illness to be involuntarily detained for 72-hour psychiatric hospitalization. So I'm sure if you commit homicide, they would probably end up taking you to a hospital, detaining you, restraining you, and they would probably run the tests and everything, and if they declare that you have a mental illness, they'll probably give you psychiatric treatment, is what I am gathering from this. Even though I already explained it, I'm gonna search it up. Can dogs eat raisins? Okay, so most of the things that are popping up when I search this up is, it sounds like most of these people are adults. Like they're saying, my therapist suggested I commit myself into treatment, and I'm terrified. Of course, it's a scary thing, running the tests and everything, giving urine samples, answering all these really uncomfortable questions. It does get very tedious and annoying. You get asked the same question over and over and over, and it sucks, but it's really worth it. The treatment is a wonderful experience. Oh my god. Yeah. It is very expensive. Oh man. The average cost to deliver care was highest for Medicare and lowest for the uninsured. Schizophrenia treatment, $8,500 for 11.1 days and $5,700 for 7.4 days, respectively. Bipolar disorder treatment, $7,500 for 9.4 days and $4,300 for 5.5 days. Depression treatment, $6,900 for 8.4 days and $3,600 for 4.4 days. Yeah, it's crazy. It's so crazy. Okay, this one did Nah. What I wish I knew before admitting myself into it says what I wish I knew before admitting myself into a psychiatric hospital. Would you voluntarily check yourself into a psychiatric ward for bipolar disorder? Kate Dale, she was here. First time. So she was 16. She was still a minor. So she was with a bunch of youth patients at a local hospital, which isn't that common. It's nice to have a local hospital. I wasn't prepared in the least for what I would see and encounter. Normal was my mind in a state to readily accept this place. See, that one doesn't really make sense to me because, I mean, like, the best place to be during treatment is with other patients that know exactly what you're going through and can relate to you. It's really the best part of treatment is the other patients. While I waited for what seemed like hours in a hospital gown on a cold metal table in an ER admissions room by myself. What? I mean, the beds aren't comfortable. I don't think they're cold and metal, though. Against another piece of criteria of admission, I had been seeing a psychiatrist who didn't want to diagnose me at that age for liability and precaution. What? For liability and precaution? Yeah, I'm sure avoiding a diagnosis is a good precaution to take. They said I may be there for a long weekend. It turned out to be 3 weeks. Those can be very tough. I've met people who have been in a hospital for like 3 weeks. The longest I've ever been in a hospital was like, I don't even remember. It was 2.5 weeks. But that's pretty much all I got for today. I'll be pushing out more videos soon. If you guys enjoyed, please leave a like and comment if you want to. Subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. I love y'all. Stay healthy.